Hey everybody, welcome to Earthsville. I'm Kat, and today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about the Delphi murders that happened in Delphi, Indiana, with Abigail and Liberty. So, as you know, I talk to the other side and I get information, and when I get information, I pass it on to you guys, hoping that it will help in any way possible. So, just a brief on the case itself. It was two girls that were dropped off in Delphi at the Moonon Bridge. It was like a railroad track bridge, whatever. They said people would like to go out there and take pictures or whatever, and they had the day out. I'm paraphrasing, but they had the day off from school, and so they went out there. They were dropped off by a family member, and they were, you know, only going to be gone for like a couple of hours. And when another family member came to pick them up, they couldn't be found. So this was on February 13th, 2017. So I think we're coming up like on 3 to 4 years with this case, and the murder's still out there. But what one of the girls did, Libby, was get a Snapchat of video of the killer himself walking up to the girls, and then I think the cops had released some audio of the killer saying "guys down the hill," and then the next day their bodies were recovered. Now the cops has not released how the girls passed or really anything indicating anything about this case, other than they think that the killer is from Delphi. It's something about finding a vehicle, and they do have DNA. Other than that, you know, they haven't specified how they passed, you know, how they crossed over, or anything of that nature. And they have had some suspects, but I don't think anybody has been arrested for it at this time. So what I did was I talked to Abby and Libby, and also my spirit guides, because I only call upon spirits if they want to come, just to find out what happened to them or what they had to say about it. Now you can choose to believe this or not, it doesn't matter to me, but you know, all psychic mediums aren't 100%. It's just like an athlete or anything else. You're not, you know, we're humans. But the information that I have could possibly help the family or help investigators or whoever is on the case, like give them a lead of some sort to follow, or even the community in Delphi. You know, if this resonates with anybody, that they, you know, they could have an aha moment and realize, you know, who this person is. I do feel like they are going to get caught, and they will be brought to justice. I think within 7 years is what I'm picking up. You know, it takes a long time for an investigation and to prove someone innocent or whatever, but I'm not a cop, okay, or an investigator. I just talk to the other side, and I'm just delivering the messages that I got. So I guess now would be a good time for me to say, for entertainment purposes only, and I'm not going to name any names other than Abby and Libby. But with that being said, so the girls were murdered, and their life was took, and it's sad, and no one has been brought to justice for this, and my heart goes out to the family and their loss. As a mother, I couldn't imagine. So this is what I got from the other side. This is what I got about the killer, and that's my heater. So that's my heater. Okay, so this is actually difficult for me to be in this energy anyway, but I'm being called to do it, and I'm just delivering messages, okay, and it can help, and I believe it will, but it takes a community, it takes everybody, right? So here goes. So what I gather from the other side, the information that I got, is that the murderer was from the ages of 20 to 30. Okay. Now, no one has verified how they crossed over, how their lives were took. But from what I got was there was a gun involved. Specifically, I heard his own gun, and I was shot. So that is for one or both girls. But I also got I was stabbed and I was hit. Blunt force. They didn't indicate with what, but that is what I got. So there was a gun involved, and I did get that I was stabbed, but I feel like it was more of like a just hit, just blunt force with some object, and so that was those three. I also got that, and again, I know there's so many stories out there of this case, and there's so many theories of what could have happened or who this person is. So what spirits do can verify, clarify what is actually true and what isn't, and kind of give you more of what happened. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to say is probably already out there, but then some of the stuff that I'm going to say is probably not. So, and those things can help bring someone to justice, you know. So let's go. And they also said that he used his own gun, and that he got rid of the gun, and I do believe that it can be found in a field of some sort. Maybe he threw it out or whatever. I also got trouble with a vehicle. So the time of the killing, the murders, the killer was having car issues or problems with his vehicle. I got that it was something planned. He had planned on doing this. Now, whether he planned on the girls themselves specifically, or it was something that he planned, it could have been 10 minutes before. But when he walked up to the girls, his intentions were to harm them. Okay? That's what I get. I feel like he gave off a creepy vibe, that maybe they met him before they got to the bridge. Maybe he asked them for help of some sort and they denied him. Maybe he made some kind of gesture or something, you know, to the girls, and they blew him off. But in some ways, I feel like the girls rejected him in some way, you know, which is understandable if you don't know this person. If someone walks up to you and, you know, and we're talking about young teenage girls, and they kind of give you like the creeps of some sort, then you're gonna just kind of blow them off and be like, I don't know, you're talking about, like, you know, that's what I'm getting. And I think in that time, the girls went on about their business and probably forgot about this guy until they seen him again. I do, and I think that they knew something was creepy about him. But also, with that being said, they indicated that it was someone that you could trust. Someone you possibly, and maybe they trusted him in that moment, you know, when, you know, after all was said and done, he could have came up and, you know, because there was some reason why she stopped recording. There was some reason why, you know, I don't know. But it could have been within that moment. It was someone, or he gave off the energy of they could trust him. Okay, so I also got from them that to find him, they would need to go west of their hometown, that he is not still in Delphi. I also got that he shaves his head, or he's bald now. He has green eyes, and he possibly has a beard. So with the sketches, I know there's different sketches of the person, but if he wanted to disguise himself at this time, you know, you could look for, you know, take the hair off and add a beard to this person. And they said he had reddish hair, so there was some red in his hair. And if I haven't already said it, he was from the ages of 20 to 30. I know that I've heard 18 to 40, but they were adamant about he is 20 to 30 years old. Okay, now I believe he drives like a truck or an SUV or a bigger vehicle. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything, because there was a lot. Just bear with me. They said he was an older man, between the ages of 30, which they were meaning older than they. He could have been living in like a rundown house afterwards, or even now. But I also got that he could be in jail at this time. I also got that he wasn't employed at the time of the murders. But what gets me is I feel like he comes from money. I feel like he is somewhat of a greedy person, and he does have some kind of material gain, or his family does. So his family like has money or whatever. But the girls were telling me he wasn't working at the time. He didn't have a job. And also his energy is of someone that is heartbroken, and he felt betrayed. And I feel like he was in a relationship. I feel like the relationship was failing. I feel like there was some adultery in his relationship at the time. And they did indicate that he had hatred for women, and he also indicated that one of the girls reminded him of someone that one of them looked like someone he knew, and not in a good way. I also got an aunt. Somehow an aunt is involved in this somehow, either on the girl's side or on his side, but an aunt, and something about childhood. So maybe an aunt knew him from childhood. It could have been, you know, indirectly or directly, but something about childhood and their aunt, and, you know, money and stuff involved. And I feel like, you know, divorce, or you know, he was just angry. He was full of anger, and he wanted revenge. He wanted to, his energy is hard to sit with. He was full of anger. He was full of just, I don't know. And I feel like wherever this guy goes, havoc or conflict probably follows him. I did get that he is a loner. He's someone that stays to himself. He doesn't, I think he gave up on society a long time ago. I really think he has a hatred for all. Even no matter what persona he's putting on at the time, I feel like he has a hatred for all humanity. I do. I think he lost that a long time ago. I don't think his childhood was the best. I do think there was a female figure in his life that wasn't good to him. I do feel like he was going through a breakup, and he was angry. He was full of hatred. And if one of the girls reminded him of this person, that could be a motive. So, yeah, I reminded him of someone he knew. Okay. So if you were to know this guy and his personality, his characteristics, he is somewhat of a loner. He's very observant. He comes off as someone that does have secrets. He is closed off emotionally, obviously. And he's silent. And the girl said he looks mean. He looks mean, and he'll give you a creepy feeling. But then also he can be playful and goofy. So, someone that has a hatred for women, and that someone that he's also known to be someone that is abusive. So he could have a background of being abusive. They said he is very stern. And he could have been in foster care or a foster child or something of that nature as well. He could also work on cars. He could also work on vehicles. And they said that he has big hands and big, dirty hands. Okay? They did indicate that he does walk funny, and I know that everybody was saying stuff about, well, the bridge would make you walk funny, and how they were laid out or whatever, but the girls did indicate that he has a funny walk anyway. He also could have piercings at this time, and he's not tall for a man. He's medium height and not very tall. He also could have scars or some kind of scar. He also could have reddish with gray in his hair. And again, they also said he has thick eyebrows. And he could have some missing teeth. And that he is creepy again. And they also said that he's very abusive. He's very selfish. He'll come off as a very selfish person. And he is not originally from Delphi, I don't believe. I know people are saying that he is from Delphi or from that area. They said go west from their hometown, and they also indicated that he is not from there. I'm going on what they said. He is greedy. He is someone with some kind of material gain and or had material gain at that time. Like I said, he could have came from money, because they did indicate that he wasn't working. It could just mean he wasn't working that day. He had the day off, and he has a good job, and he has material gain. And he'll come across someone that's a very hard worker, that has worked, hard. They put the work in. But also someone that worries a lot. At the time, I think he was married or in a commitment, and he was getting a divorce or going through a breakup. Also, I do believe he is in some way connected to the family. Some way. Through a family member, through his family to their family. In some way, he is connected to their family. He is. They said, he could be somewhat in like a leader position or a boss position. That could be now or then. Again, they verified that he comes from money. And that, again, he could have either been married at the time in separating, or he's married now and he's going through a separation. But when I went into the energy of him on that day, he was very angered by a female, either a mother or a mother figure, or it was a wife. I did get that. He has a good job, either now or then. I got that he has earth and water in his chart. He's either an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or he is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They said, again, he has bigger hands, very stern, and water in his chart, and earth. And I also think that he could be married, or the person he was angered with the day of the murder was a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. I believe his heart was broken due to some kind of third-party interference. I do get that. And I get that he watched the girls for a while. He watched them for a little bit. Or he could have watched them way before. There was something familiar to these girls about him. There was something familiar. They knew him from someone. They knew him somehow. Or he knew them somehow. And it was something to do with family, and it was something to do with money on his part or theirs. But I'm thinking he was going through some kind of breakup. I think money was on the line, and I think that this is something that maybe you wanted to do, and it may be not specifically to them, but they were there. And they did. I did get the feeling that one of the girls or someone in the family does know who this person is. They do. And I feel like they're conflicted on whether or not to step forward and express this to law enforcement. And, I did get aunt. an aunt, and it could be an aunt knows him through family or knows him through work. I got that at some point during their interaction, they felt like they could trust him. And that he came off helpful to them. And I do get the indication that he was traveling. And again, they did mention something about car trouble. And they also said they seen something or knew something. And they did voice, one of them voiced that they would tell. And I think they voiced they would tell their mom or mother figure what was going on. I think in some ways he was full of hatred anyway, but he was also sexually driven in his motives too. They also said more than one person was involved, and with that I'm getting someone else knows about it or someone else was there. One of the girls did indicate that they fell in the water. And that's not how they passed, but they did fall in the water at one point. Okay, so guys, this is heavy energy. I know it's hard to take, and this family needs closure. And if there's one of them, any clue that I've gave, you know, rack your brain, think about it. So this guy could be bald now. He could shave his head, reddish color hair in his beard. Someone that comes from money or has money, you know. Someone that works on cars. Someone that keeps to themselves. Someone between the ages of 20 and 30. Someone that has family in that area or knows the family on either side of the girls' family is someone that the family knows or is familiar with. And it could be from childhood, it could be from years back. And they haven't, I know they probably have racked their brains on who it could be and or what have you, but just look back at who you could possibly think this is from your childhood. I also got that he has green eyes, greenish blue. I'm leaning more towards green. I got the initials A, B, K, O, F, E. Again, A, B, K, O, F, E. I got the months August, September, and December. I also feel like he's going to get caught in December, or something's going to be significant about December when it comes to him. I also feel like all will be said and done in less than 8 years. I know that seems like a long time, but we're already 3 to 4 years in, and yeah, like I said, I don't know how long it takes to investigate and to get everything that you need, but it could take that long. And also, this person could have a truck or a bigger car now. They also could be in jail for some reason now. They didn't know. I really feel they didn't know when he was approaching them that it was going to lead to what happened. And somebody out there knows who it is, and they're conflicted on whether or not to come forward. They are. And I do feel like it's a female. For whatever reason, maybe they're scared. But they know who this person is, and it's a female. Let's see. And they did explain that he's nothing but evil. Nothing but evil. You know, someone from, I don't know, I'm just getting job, money, jealousy, stalker, just, I don't know, it's just crazy. And that he has moved away from Delphi. I don't believe they're going to find him in Delphi. I don't. So, heavy energy, guys, but it is worth it if we can do something about it. It is so worth it. Like I said, I'm not asking you to believe in me, my gifts, or anything. Just hear me out, maybe, and like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and put this person behind bars, because whoever this is, they lost their humanity a long time ago. And if they can do this to two precious young girls, they need to be put away. And again, my heart goes out to the family and friends and loved ones of Abby and Libby. But I can tell you, they are together, they are happy, and they know that justice is going to be served. They know it's coming. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys later.